The sound of water splashing was brief, a sharp break in the scenery of the river. Lizzie stood frozen, her fingers strangling around the boat's railing as the ripples from her sister's fall widened in the water. The scream had echoed for just a moment before it was swallowed whole by the water. Then, silence. Terrifying silence. She had done it. Finally, she had gotten rid of Jasmine, her only sister. For a moment, Lizzie waited to see if her sister would resurface, if her slim arms would break through the waters, crawling towards the air. But there was nothing, just the calm swelling of the boat and the whispering wind that carried no guilt, no judgment. Lizzie's heart pounded in her chest like a drum in a funeral procession. It hadn't supposed to happen this way. Jasmine had smiled at her earlier. She had actually smiled and said, "Sister, this means a lot to me, Lizzie. You and me doing this boat cruise together." The words echoed in her mind like a cruel ghost, mocking her as she sat numbly at the edge of the boat. She had nodded then, pretending to share the warmth of sisterhood. But now, her hands were wet. With water or guilt? She wasn't sure. She started the boat's engine again, slowly turning backwards towards the shore. Her mind ran faster than the motor. What would she say? How would she explain her sister's disappearance? No one had seen them go out together. The boat was hers. Jasmine had told no one she was living with her. It was perfect. Or so she thought. Back at the Okafor's mansion, chaos reigned. Lizzie staggered in, dripping wet and wailing like a mad woman. "Mommy! Daddy! Jasmine, she fell into the river." Her mother screamed, dropping the glass of wine she had been holding. Her father sprang up from the leather armchair, his face contouring with disbelief. "What are you saying, Lizzie? Where is Jasmine?" I tried to grab her, but she slipped. And oh God. Lizzie collapsed on the floor. Her voice cracked with practiced grief. She drowned. I couldn't save her. The next hour blurred into a frenzied nightmare. Calls were made. Police arrived. Search team scoured the river with torches and nets. Divers combed through every inch of the water. But Jasmine's body was nowhere to be found. However, Lizzie sat quietly on the sofa, watching her parents break down with guilt and sorrow. Her mother clutched Jasmine's photo to her chest. Her father wept in a corner, muttering prayers and curses in alternative breath. Days passed, still no sign. The media picked it up. Headlines screamed, "Heiress drowned in mysterious boat incident." Lizzie was painted as the heartbroken sister. She cried all day. Pictures of her crying surfaced, her smeared face with tears and mascara circulating on every platform. Condolences poured in. No one suspected a thing. But far away, hidden in a small wooden hut by the river bank, Jasmine stared. Her eyelids fluttered open slowly, the dim light from the lantern flickering above her. She tried to move, but winced. Her body felt like a bag of bruises. Her head throbbed. She was feeling aches all over her body. The scent of smoked fish and damp wood filled her nostrils. "You are awake?" a soft voice said. She turned her head and saw him, a boy, no older than 18, with sun-darkened skin, weary hair, and weary eyes. He held a bowl of warm soup and looked at her as if she might disappear again. "Where am I?" she whispered. "Safe," he replied. "You almost died. I saw a lady push you. I was fishing. I dived in after you. You weren't breathing at first." Jasmine blinked. The memories were jumbled, hazy, but then it came. The boat ride, Lizzie's first smile, the sudden shove, the cold shock of water. Her chest tightened. She tried to kill me. Yes. Why? The boy didn't answer. He simply handed her the bowl. Jasmine stared at it, then back at him. "What's your name?" "Timmy." "I am Jasmine," she replied. For the next few days, Jasmine remained hidden. Timmy lived alone, surviving by fishing and selling small crafts in the nearby village. He had lost his parents at 10 and never had anyone else. The villagers barely noticed him. He was a ghost in their world, just like Jasmine was now. He gave her his bed and slept on the floor. He brought her food, cleaned her wounds, and kept her hidden from prying eyes. Jasmine began to heal physically and emotionally, but every time she looked in the mirror, she saw the same thing: betrayal. Lizzie's face, her sister's smile, the smile before the shove into the water. "Why would she do this?" Jasmine asked Timmy one night. I don't know, but if she's truly your sister, then the answer lies within her. But she had everything too. Our parents, our name, we were sisters, we shared bonds. Maybe she wanted something only you had. Jasmine thought about it. But what could that be? I don't know as well. Only your sister had the answer to that question, Timmy said. Back in the mansion, a decision was made. 2 weeks had passed with nobody, no sign. Their parents were broken. We should give her a proper farewell, Mrs. Okafor said through tears. A service or something. Mr. Okafor nodded. We would hold a service of songs. It's what she would have wanted. Lizzie agreed quietly. Her inside were on fire, not with guilt, but with fear. Jasmine's body had never surfaced. Could it be she's still alive? No, impossible. No one could survive that. She watched her drown. Even if they did, why hadn't they come forward? Still, Lizzie began to have nightmares of Jasmine standing by her bedside, water dripping from her hair, eyes glowing in the dark. She barely slept. She jumped at shadows. She stopped eating. Her parents noticed, but assumed it was grief. Timmy returned from the market one afternoon with a bundle of newspaper. Jasmine looked through them and froze. There it was, her photo, the headlines, the memorial service announcements. She read every word. She saw the list of guests, the praise, the lies. They think I am dead. What will you do? Timmy asked. She folded the paper slowly. Her hands shook. I am going to my own funeral. Are you sure you want to? Timmy asked with so much concern. Yes, I know my parents would be in so much pain by now. They love me dearly. Finally, the day of the memorial came. The Okafor's compound was draped in white. High-profile guests arrived. The media was present in full force. A giant banner read, "Celebrating the life of Jasmine Okafor." There was soft gospel choir singing. Ushers in white guided mourners to their seats. Lizzie stood beside her parents, dressed in black, a veil covering her face. Her mother sobbed silently beside her. The service began with hymns and tributes, one after the other. People stood and praised Jasmine, her kindness, her beauty, her promise, her bright future. Lizzie said nothing. She stood there stiff as wood. Then the gates opened. People turned. Gaps spread like wildfire. Some stood, Others blinked, thinking it was a ghost. There she was, Jasmine, alive, dressed in a simple white gown, hair tied back, eyes fierce. Lizzie staggered backward. No, no! Jasmine walked straight to the front. The choir fell silent. The priest dropped his hymnal. Mrs. Okafor fainted. She could not believe that she was seeing her daughter. Mr. Okafor rushed forward. Jasmine, Jasmine, is this truly you? Oh my God! Tears poured down his face as he grabbed her, touching her like a man afraid she would vanish the next minute. I am real, Daddy. I am alive. She turned to Lizzie. Tell them, Lizzie. Tell them what you did. Lizzie took a step back, shaking her head, stammering. I don't know what you're talking about. She pushed me. Jasmine said loudly. She pushed me. Camera clicked. Phone started recording. She invited me for a cruise, a boat cruise, and pushed me into the river. If not for a boy who rescued me, I would have been dead by now. Timmy stepped forward from the crowd. I saw her do it. I was on my canoe fishing when the incident happened, he said simply. The silence that followed was deafening. Lizzie broke down. She collapsed on the floor, screaming, I didn't mean to. I just was scared. Everything was about you. Mom and Dad only saw you. They always said, why can't you be like Jasmine? Forgetting that I am older than you. I was tired. Tired of being second while I am supposed to be first. Police officers already present due to the VIP event stepped forward. Mrs. Elizabeth Okafor, you are under arrest for the attempted murder of Jasmine Okafor. As they read her rights, she sobbed, eyes wide, mascara running. The crowd watched in stunned silence. And Jasmine, she stood tall, still trembling from what had happened, from the betrayer. She was broken. She was tired. She was frustrated. How could her only sister do this to her? Their father stood there in shock. He could not believe his own daughter was behind it all, while she cried all day, pretending to truly care. Mrs. Okafor was rushed to the hospital as she had collapsed. For days, the family was left in shock of what Lizzie had done. In the days that followed, the Okafor's mansion saw a different kind of attention. Journalists lined up outside the gates, clamoring for interviews. News outlets praised Jasmine's strength and survival, while the public demanded justice for Lizzie. Jasmine, however, remained calm. She visited the police station twice to ensure Lizzie was treated fairly despite her crime. Her statement was detailed and honest. She asked for no revenge, just truth. Timmy, on the other hand, became a hero. He was invited into the Okafor's mansion, where he sat awkwardly in a living room far grander than any place he had ever known in his entire life. Mr. and Mrs. Okafor both wept when they saw him. You saved our daughter, Mrs. Okafor whispered, crying so hard, holding his hands. I didn't think. I jumped. I am glad I was able to save your daughter, Timmy said. Mr. Okafor cleared his throat. You did more than that. You gave us our child back. For that, we would always have a place in our family. They offered to sponsor his education, but they were surprised when he told them he had stopped schooling in primary school as he had lost his parents at a tender age and he was the only child, and life has really been tough for him navigating life alone. Mrs. Okafor was moved by his story. They offered to sponsor his education fully and placed him on monthly salary. He was asked to move into their mansion. Jasmine even suggested they adopt him if he was willing. He was overwhelmed. For the first time since he lost his parents, he felt loved. He felt seen. Meanwhile, Lizzie faced the consequences of her actions. She was formally charged with attempted murder. Her lawyers tried to negotiate, citing mental stress and emotional trauma. But the evidence was clear. The witnesses, the confession, public opinion was harsh. Some called for life imprisonment. Others wept, remembering her as the quiet daughter of the billionaire, forgetting daughter who had simply broken under pressure. The judge postponed sentencing for psychological evaluation, but there was no escaping with what she had done. Her parents visited her only once, broken and silent. Her mother held her hands and said through tears, "We failed you too. We didn't see how you wanted attention so badly. We focused so much on your sister because she was smart and intelligent, forgetting you too had your own beautiful sides. Right from when I was a child, you always chose Jasmine over me. You made her feel special. You made her feel loved." Lizzie cried for the first time without performance. She looked at her mother and swallowed hard. And she said, "Mother, I I am sorry." Not for pity, but for herself, for what she had done and what she had lost. She had allowed her jealousy for her sister becloud her sense of reasoning. Jasmine began a new chapter. She launched a foundation with Timmy to help orphans. And every time Jasmine looked across the water, she saw not a place of death, but a place of rebirth. She was grateful for life. With Jasmine's plea, Lizzie was sent to 5 years imprisonment as she had forgiven her sister, but the scar still remained. Thank you for watching this story. Kindly share with us the lessons you have learned from this story as we interact. Like this video please, and kindly share others video to your loved ones. Until I come your way again with another story, for now, from me, it is bye.